You found these too. Appreciate it. I bet Oscar Robertson and Kobe Bryant the hell out of somebody. That nigga can shoot, boy. I thought Kobe can shoot. Kobe been needing a little bit of help.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Now here's Robertson. Shoots the three. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
And generally, Robertson's a guy that likes to play free throw line and below. Here's a time where he steps out and launches from beyond. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that open.
Easy positions like that really are just, again, just dream right now. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Holmgren. Good D by Embiid.
Gotta apply the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that. The process, come on, I want to see that again.
And when you look at the moves that Embiid has in the mid-range, he moves like a guard.
He studies film of Kobe and Jordan. Look, it shows up when you watch his footwork. It's amazing to see someone his size move so
Oscar Witt, what?
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick in the bag to get where he wants to go.
Now Embiid after the missed three from Oscar Robertson. Pippen outside. Poked loose. 6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And he drops him away up off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket.
Once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
That's Bird, baby.
He's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body.
Tell Bird I said what's up.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. And that one's on target from the wing.
A silky smooth shooter. Holmgren makes it look so effortless at times.
Here's for three. Porzingis with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time. He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for
From
him.
deep, Jordan. They get it back. Out to Doncic. Will it go? And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Charlotte.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
That free throw is good from Doncic. And when it comes to Luka Doncic, he's simply great, one of the best players in the entire game.
No question about it. He's a threat to record a triple-double every time he takes the floor. As versatile and dangerous a player as there is in our league.
And that one's good by Pierce.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Bryant. Excellent D there from Pierce. Here's Doncic. That's good, and that's Embiid with the assist. Doncic has got 8 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. He problem solves for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And how's that for a move? That killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And here's Malone after the three-pointer from Oscar Robertson. The drive by Malone. Good.
Considered one of the strongest players in the league, Malone doesn't get distracted by a little contact.
Over to the wing. Kobe with it. Picked up by Malone. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Yeah, take it up strong, big fella.
Milwaukee trails by 3. Right side, Jordan. And Oscar Robertson with the slam.
The assist goes to LeBron. He's been improving on that facet of his game.
The shots came from Jordan.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And here's Kobe for 3.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the league has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Jordan.
There's for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
And so it's Milwaukee now. It's a 3-point game. From outside the arc. That one doesn't drop. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Charlotte leads by 3. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Charlotte?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that. And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring. He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Out to Duncan. Holmgren with the steal. On deep, Robertson. Rebound, Milwaukee. Morant outside. Johnson, a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Milwaukee trails by 4. Here's Duncan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Personal foul.
That one on Robertson.
A tremendous score with the ball in his hands. Duncan just too much for the D to handle.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And Richard, with Joel Embiid, his combination of physical dominance and skill, it's almost unfair.
Yeah, he's a 300-pound guy with the agility of a wing. That is not fun to guard. He can bully you or beat you with finesse. There's really no weakness in his game, Greg.
Here's George after Paul Pierce's score. Kobe going to work inside.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Pippen can't hit. Charlotte leading by 6. In the corner, George with it. Charlotte moving the ball around. Three from Robertson. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Milwaukee making a switch. Milwaukee trails by 9. Here's Morant. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
This man was under-recruited in college. Can you believe that? And Morant, he still plays like he's trying to prove something.
3 from Robertson. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
Duncan gets a wide open look. Nice form on the 20-footer.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
Pass to Holmgren. And stolen by Jordan. Fast break, Milwaukee.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Out to Morant. Duncan in the corner. Back to Morant. The second chance effort. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
1:44 left in the first half of basketball. Fires the 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the rejection by Holmgren.
And with his length, it's easy to see why Holmgren's such an effective shot blocker.
And Embiid has got the ball here for Milwaukee. Trailing by 10. Offensive rebound. Duncan. And the layup falls. Duncan's got 5 points so far.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
From Robertson. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
And just able to score in so many ways. Robertson puts the defense there in an impossible situation.
And he makes all 3.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Pass to Malone. Robertson with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Kobe with it. He's picked up by Jordan. George with no one around. Good, and the assist goes to Bryant.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Here's Embiid. It's rebounded by Porzingis. 24 seconds left now here in the second. Embiid, no good. Pass to Holmgren.
Milwaukee foul. Scottie Pippen.
For Charlotte, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
At the line for the away team.
Free throw drops for Holmgren.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line. Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
And so it's Charlotte with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. Right back after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Charlotte calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
Here's Doncic. Down low. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Kobe.
The motor of Bryant never stops, even inside where he goes right at the D.
Charlotte shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Kobe Bryant.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
Both free throws good for Bryant. Milwaukee with the ball. It's a 16-point game. Here's Jordan. Pass to Embiid. Out to Doncic. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. Charlotte moving it around. Now here is George. Guarded by Doncic. And here's Robertson outside. From beyond the arc and then some.
3.
Robertson's got 26 points. Here's Malone. High post Embiid. Wants to get it to Doncic and does. Over Porzingis. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Charlotte leading by 19 points. Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Charlotte calls timeout. Charlotte making a switch. Milwaukee trails by 21. Doncic outside. Over Robertson. Doncic, no good. And so here's Charlotte. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. A nice shot by Carter.
Smart dish by Durant, giving it away to a guy with a quality look.
Man, you look at the hype surrounding Wembanyama. Greg, it's unreal.
One of the best prospect profiles really since LeBron. Almost unfair to try and live up to the expectations, but he's got the tools to be one of the best to ever play. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Korver with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Durant. Here's Carter. And there's the drive. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Team foul.
That one on Malone.
Lots of momentum on Carter's drive. The defense can't keep up, and he ends up getting the foul.
And he can't hit the second. And then Durant with the jam.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Korver. Over Pippen. The rebound by Malone.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
They get it again. To the middle. Kicks it out to Jordan. From deep. They grab their own miss. Pass to Embiid. Over Wembanyama. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Malone, a remarkable power forward. His footwork, incredible. And that jump shot is wet.
And both free throws good for Malone. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Inside. Kicks it out to Robertson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Robertson's got 31.
And the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
No good from Robertson.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Malone. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Malone's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
Jordan is doubled. .40 seconds left in the third. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 6. Malone left side. Outside, Jordan. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Substitution for Milwaukee. Tim Duncan. Ja Morant.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Charlotte. Fires away from outside.
Milwaukee.
Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Shooting for
That
Charlotte.
one's on Morant.
Robertson.
For Charlotte, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. The free throw drops for Robertson. He hits the second from the line. And he can't make it. 3 for 3. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Korver fires from way outside. Can't connect from long distance. Here's Pippen. And Pippen slams it in.
And his passing is probably the most underrated part of his game. Pierce is a terrific playmaker on that wing.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Charlotte running away with this one. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Charlotte leading by 21. Back to Durant. Carter on the wing. Vince Carter on the wing. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And he moves well for his size. Holmgren's more than aggressive on his drive.
On the wing, Korver takes a three, sinks the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim.
Holmgren in the corner. To the inside. And Durant sends it back.
We've seen Durant really improve as a defender, using his impressive length to block shots.
Tim Duncan grabs the miss. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Pippen with a wide-open look. Here's Holmgren. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Pass to Korver. Plenty of space. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Just popping up to the hoop. Holmgren with size on his side.
The three from Korver. Rebound by Pippen. Milwaukee trails by 18. Jordan with it. Now defended by Korver. Back to Jordan. There's the three. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
Outside Pippen. Back to Holmgren. Pass to Duncan. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Carter drives to the hoop. And finished off by Carter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 18. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And here's Kobe for three. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Milwaukee trails by 18. Ooh, what a slam!
Oh, my.
What a slam!
Gracious. You won't find a much more entertaining sight. I'd call that slam dunk contest level. And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
And the rejection by Holmgren. Embiid inside the line. Off the left rim and out. Charlotte leading by 18. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Off target with his three. And here's Malone. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Here's Jordan. Rejected by Kobe.
And I think Kobe saw the shot coming a mile away. He instinctually gets there for the block.
Pippen with the steal. Here's Malone. That one a little long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And here's Jordan outside. The offensive rebound. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Connects from three-point range.
And that's one of the underrated aspects of his game, his passing. He knows the defense expects him to finish the job, but he just drops off a dime.
Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point
Kobe
attempt.
Bryant taking 3 shots.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Duncan. That's good, and Johnson with the assist.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time